Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I am doing pretty good. I can't complain at all. We're doing very, very well. My husband's doing fantastic. Uh, Today, Friday, it's Friday, April the 17th. This is his second week home. So 2 weeks ago today, I brought him home from the hospital. You guys, he's doing fantastic. He really is. He's doing great. He had, he went through some bumpy situations and he had a lot of pain. He had a lot of back pain. I don't know if you guys have ever been through heart surgery. If you had a lot of back pain, right, and the back right under his shoulder blade there, it's been killing him. I gave him my TENS unit that helped a lot. And he finally started taking his Aleve again. So that helped significantly. I was reading that they put a roll underneath your back right there to kind of lift I guess, push your torso up a little. So there's some kind of roll, and you're laying like that for 4 hours. So I think it does something to your muscles there. And that must be it. I mean, of course, they're spreading all your ribs apart and everything. So of course you're going to be in a lot of pain anyway, he's had a lot of back pain, but he's doing a lot better now. He's feeling much, much better. Anyway, I have gotten my garden. It's right outside my window here. We have a little garden area that we boxed in, and we thought this year we weren't going to be able to do anything because my husband is the one that hoes it and gets all the weeds out. I spray for weeds, but I didn't want to use Roundup anymore, so I haven't really been wanting to do that anymore. So I hoed that garden out myself, y'all. I took all the weeds out. I got them all out and everything, and it. I got tomatoes planted in there, and I was going to plant some seeds today, but it started raining. Of course, we've had crazy weather. It has been up and down. It's been all the way. One night it was even in the 30s here, and it's been very mild in the lower 60s. Yesterday it actually got up to, I think, 74, 73. It was a little bit warmer yesterday. Today it's raining and cool again. There's a cold front coming in. So tomorrow, I think the high is going to be like 65 for the high. And then on Sunday, the high is supposed to be like 80 degrees, like, 85 degrees, 85 degrees. I mean, we are just up and down. It's just the whole country, the whole United States, not the United States, the whole world is just up and down. Everything, the whole weather is crazy. Anyway, you guys, please, I know you guys are praying, but pray for all the healthcare workers that are on the front lines with this virus. God bless them. Uh, my husband's cousin called yesterday and said two of the nurses that he knew at the hospital in New York, they passed away. They died from the coronavirus. He said they died in 5 days. 5 days. One was, I think, 36, and the other was in her early 40s. They were young people. So please, you guys, send your prayers and for all the not only all the sick people, but all the people on the front line, the nurses, the doctors, the emergency personnel, everybody. Just send them all your good prayers and thoughts, and make sure that you're remembering to have a thought for them too. Okay, pray for healing, pray for our scientists that they're able to make a vaccine quickly. I know they're working on it, but everybody collectively pray that a vaccine will be ready, early 2021, even earlier if possible, as soon as possible. So thank you guys for all your well wishes for my husband and me. I really appreciate them. Thank you so much. I am doing readings now, so if y'all would like a reading, I'm able to leave my husband alone for an hour. He's okay. He's fine. He's out there in the living room watching TV, bench watching something, I'm sure. Bench, get it? Okay. So anyway, I'm going to do a guess what reading. I'm going to do a Trump reading today. I haven't done a Trump reading in a while, so I'm going to take a look at Trump a little bit and just try to connect with him and see what's going on with him. When I connect with Trump, this is so weird. I see the weirdest things. I don't know where this comes from. I've got some funky spirit guides. I have a spirit guide that he's a guy I grew up with. He was in my life as a teenager and maybe preteen, and he was just my best friend. But he passed away years ago, and he's here with me. And this may be a little bit from him because I always get weird pictures. So I'm seeing Trump. He's hoisting up one of those brass spittoons. Like I even know what that is, right? How old am I? He's got a brass spittoon, those old spittoons that men used to spit their tobacco juices in. He's holding it up on his shoulder and he's throwing out the spit. I kid you not, this is the weirdest thing. How can I make this stuff up, y'all? And what I'm getting is that everybody's contributed to the pot. They've all spit in the pot. So everybody's contributed their opinions, their points of view, when the country should open, what they think should happen. There's the doctors, all this advice, opinions, and everything are all in this pot, and he's just chucking it. He's chucking it. It's just a bunch of spit. He has, he has no care in the world for them, really. So it's just spit coming out of people's mouth, and he's just throwing it out. The next thing they're showing me is Dennis the Menace. Remember that old cartoon, Dennis the Menace? And I think there was a series. It was probably before my time, but I may have seen it was in black and white. I've probably saw it a few times. But Dennis the Menace. So, Dennis the Menace, the little boy's very impulsive and always learns things the hard way. That's Donald Trump. He's Dennis the Menace. That's what he's got to learn everything the hard way. He doesn't listen to the advice given him. He doesn't listen to, anybody's, this is the rules. This is what you should do. Don't do this, do this. He doesn't listen. He's got to go find out for himself. So he's got to go make the mistakes. He's got to learn the hard way, basically. That's what they're showing me. He's very stubborn and very, he's like a little boy, just like Dennis the Menace. He's a little boy. He's just got to do everything on his own, and he thinks he knows best. He thinks he knows everything. So I'm asking Spirit, when will we all get back to work? And I'm being seen puzzle pieces. There's so little puzzle pieces that are going together. So I think this means, and Donald Trump has said this, that some states will open up, So I'm seeing there are some states that will go back to work sooner than others. Not everybody will go back, even throughout the summer. Some states will still be on lockdown, even throughout the summer. We're not going to go back to normal. It's just not going to happen. So there's still going to be some lockdown in the summertime. Things don't get much better till the fall, but more people are going back to work by the fall. There's a lot more people going back to work by the fall. Trump really wants to get everybody back to work. He wants this country to be normal. That's his goal. He wants it the way it was. Everything was rah Trump. The economy was going good. He was having his rallies. Everything was working out. It looked good for him. It really looked good for him. And now it's not so much. But he's going to push back, and he's going to want states to go back to work sooner than they are ready to. Okay. And he's going to have a lot of pushback on that. The people are going to be very cautious. People do not trust him. They're not going to be listening to him. So they're not going to go back as soon as he wants them to. So we're going to see a lot of states through the summer still holding back. Gosh, just imagine no swimming in the pools this summer. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of caution until we have a vaccine. People are going to be so cautious. those Michigan folks, they went out and they started demonstrating and everything. They want to open up the country. They want to go back to work. There's the governor there. She really was very restrictive, y'all. I read about it, and she was super, super restrictive. I think, like she wouldn't let them buy stuff from the hardware store to paint their house and do all these things, home improvements. Those stores had to close and everything that they weren't essential. What the hell are you supposed to do? You're in lockdown. At least you can paint your house. At least you can do things around your house to improve your house. You can't go to work, but at least you can do those things. So on the one hand, they do have a right to protest because it was very, very restrictive. And I mean, they look like a bunch of nuts all congregating, I guess in front of the city hall or something. But there is a reason. They were, when you restrict people too much, they rebel. They just rebel. So I think she went a little too far, a little bit over the top. But it's for their own good, of course. But I think it'll be lifted. Some of the restrictions will be lifted for these people. That's what I'm getting, and hopefully they'll stop yelling and screaming so much. Okay, so what I'm going to ask Spirit here is, will there be a second wave of the coronavirus? Okay, and I'm going to go to the cards and see that. And let me get my cards all laid out here. Let's see. Let me get all my cards laid out. All right, I got all my cards laid out and ready to go. I just turned the camera off for a minute and put them all out. Just steals all the time from shuffling, so that the video won't be too long. It's already 12 minutes. Okay, the first card that I get is Ace of Pentacles. So there is an opportunity here for a second wave of the coronavirus. People let their guard down. They start feeling like everything's going to be okay. They start congregating, hanging out, going back to work, and it's the perfect opportunity for this virus to start up again. Okay. The Page of Cups is in the past position, but the good news here is we've already been through it once, so we're going to handle it much, much better. The second wave won't, we'll be able to, as soon as it starts coming, they'll notice it right away, and they'll be able to nip it in the bud. We can start, doing the things that we know what to do, start telling the people, okay, you go home, you got to stay home for 2 weeks. If you had a fever and this, they know how to handle it basically. So we'll just go back to doing what we're doing right now. So it won't be that bad, but there will be deaths. So the second wave will come, and the outcome is death. So more people will die because of this. When we, just let our guard down, we really won't be safe until the vaccine comes out. And it will. There is a vaccine coming out, but we'll be able to handle it a little bit better than we did this first wave. But there's still people will die from it because of, letting our guard down and going back to work. It's going to happen. Did you see that? Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, they went on Fox News and said 2 or 3% of people are going to die. Oh, well, let's put the kids back to school and, let's just get on with life. 2 or 3% of people are going to die. That's just how it is. Let's just roll the dice. Hello. If that's your child, if that's your, grandparent, your father, your mother, your kid, I don't understand these guys. Already Dr. Oz issued an apology. He's like, shit's hitting the fan, but a little bit late, right? A little bit late. Okay, the next question I'm going to ask is, Trump's poll numbers are really down right now. They're going down every day because of the way he's handling this coronavirus situation. And he thinks that the coronavirus updates every day that he's doing for 2 hours plus. He is crazy, man. He's just crazy, just standing there fighting with uh, reporters. People aren't tuning in to find out what's going on. They're tuning in to see if he acts like a dumbass, and he always does. So not disappointing. If he thinks people are tuning in because they're supporting him, and CNN isn't even airing them. I mean, sometimes they do, or they'll air part of it, but not all of it. I don't hardly ever see them. I see little bits and pieces, but that's it. I don't see them. Okay, so is uh, is Trump's poll numbers way down, and how's he feeling about that? Okay, that's what I want to know. How he's feeling about that. This is the King of Cups. He's an emotional wreck, really. And it's a blessing that the universe took care of all these awful rallies that he was able to have. The universe took care of it. He cannot have these rallies anymore. He cannot get all these people, stirred up. He can only do so much through his little coronavirus rallies during his daily updates, that he thinks it's a private Trump rally. But his ratings are down, and they're going to continue to go down. And it's really, really, it makes him mad. It makes him angry. He's just an emotional wreck. Uh, he does feel compassion, because this card is about compassion. When you see this card, it's about concern and compassion. And he does have concern and compassion for himself, for his supporters, for the people that have contributed to his campaign, his billionaire friends, his family members. That's where his concern and compassion lies. Okay, and you know this this is just propagated from all of Trump's daily misleading lies and all. He's just crazy. He'll say anything that he has to say. He will fight. Do you remember what he said with that lady reporter? Oh my gosh. He was saying, I have all the authority, right? I have sole authority. My word is God's word, basically. That's what he was saying. I call all the shots, that he has total authority. And that reporter lady, she told him, um, that's not true. That is not true. And she asked Trump, she said, who told you that you have total authority? She asked him, and he said, enough. He spoke to her like she's a child, like she's not allowed to ask him a question. And there's no balance there with him, none. And this is what this is all about being balanced emotionally. And he's just not. He's not. Anything can throw him right off. So they're rolling the dice, letting him over talk for 2 hours. They're just rolling the dice, because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth, just like that did. And then I think they went back, and they said, Mr. President, you don't have sole authority. You can't say those things. But we're seeing his true temperament. That's what we're seeing. That's his true temperament. And that's him holding back. That's how he is, holding back. Can you imagine how he unleashes when there's not a camera on? Just imagine. Okay. Now, the outcome for that question, how's he doing emotionally about his poll numbers going down? He ain't happy about it, that's for sure. This is the Five of Wands. He is, I mean, he is just freaked out. I didn't even tell y'all what the past one was. I picked up the wrong card. But this is the outcome. This is conflict. He is having one conflict after the other. He's fighting with everybody. He thinks he knows what's best. Um, there's people telling him we can't open the country, we can't do that. Doctors are telling him that, and all the other people that are there, they're fighting. They're fighting just like Michigan. Those Michigan people, they're fighting to open the country because Trump is empowering them. He's saying the things. He's saying, I want to open the country, and so they feel like, hey, I got to fight for to open the country. Trump's fighting for me, and I need to go out there and fight too. So he's just stirring up so much, as usual, divisiveness and conflict, because he is the most divisive president ever. So there's a lot of conflict here, and that this is actually the outcome card is conflict, and I didn't even pick up the past card. The past card is ten of swords. You know, You know what this means? Trump knows he's going down. He is. And he feels like this is just everybody turning on him. He doesn't look at like, I've done something wrong. I made a bad decision. I'm not a good president. No, he blames somebody else. Somebody betrayed him. Like everybody's turning their backs on me. Fox is betraying me. He's made all these little things about Fox. He says them here and there. They used to be a good news organization, but now they're not. He blames everybody else for his problems and his behavior. So that's how he feels. He feels like everyone's stabbing him in the back. And that's why he is where he's at right now. He thinks China stabbed him in the back. The WHO stabbed him in the back. They didn't tell him anything. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody betrayed him. And that's why, he's in the position he's in right now. So that's what I'm getting on there. And lots of conflict around him as usual. Okay. So my next question for Spirit is this the end of Trump's presidency? Is this, this coronavirus, is this going to effectively end his presidency? So is this the end? I shouldn't say that, but I hope so. The first card that he gets is the Lover's card. Trump absolutely hates to lose. This is about making choices, it's a decision that he's going to have to make. And he hates to lose so bad that he may even just walk away and not even want his name on the ballot at all. If the polls show that he's going to massively lose, he may just say, well, I'm not running for president anymore. That thought is running through his mind. That's what he's thinking about. If it goes a different way, he's just going to say, oh, I don't want to be president. He has to act like it's his decision. It's up to him. He can't be defeated. That's the worst thing in the world, for him to be defeated. And I can't wait to see that he's defeated. I can't wait. It's going to be wonderful. He's trying all kinds of tricky ways to stay in office. Like he's saying, you can't mail in your ballots. When he mails in his ballot, he mailed in his ballot from Florida when he voted. Hello. But he's telling all of us we can't do that because he's afraid that, his lazy Republicans won't mail in their ballot. I don't know. What is he thinking? He doesn't want anybody to be able to do that? I don't understand. The past position, 10 of Pentacles. This is the recent past. He is not lacking money, you guys. He has gotten massive donations and support from his billionaire friends and family. He has massive support, believe me, because, he's been doing for them. All the laws that he's passed and overturned and everything, it's been in favor of all these billionaires. So they want to keep him there, and the economy's going good. So they like it. And the economy's going good for the billionaires, for the rich people, not for the smaller people like us, but for them. So they want to keep Trump there. And like I said, all the money is there. All the support from the billionaires and family are there. But there's no rallies. No rallies. I guess this will pay for a whole lot of commercials, but who's going to air those commercials? Do you think CNN will air back-to-back commercials from him? I don't think so. ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC? Who is going to? Oh, Fox. Oh, Fox. So maybe Fox. I guess Fox will have to get the job done. Oh, and then there's Facebook. Zuckerberg. He likes Trump's money too. So, he'll cash in on that too. So that's, there's limited. He's got tons of money backing him, but what's he going to do with it? What is he going to do with it? Those rallies cost a lot of money, and that would have, gone to do all these travel at the rallies, and all these venues are expensive to rent these huge venues. But now you can't do it. You just can't do it. Okay, so the outcome for that is 9 of Swords. So you guys, this is Trump. Sleepless nights, grieving, sadness. This is not good. He is really out of his element here, and he knows it. He is so worried. He's sick with worried. We hear that he doesn't sleep that much, but even now he's sleeping even less because of all that's going on. And he knows that when he leaves office, there's a lot of lawsuits pending right now, and they're holding them off for him. Mitch McConnell's done a lot for him too. But there's going to be a lot of new lawsuits. There's going to be a whole bunch of new investigations, and there isn't going to be a Mitch McConnell over there to save Trump's butt and protect him, and he knows it. So yeah, he's got a lot to be worried about. So he has sleepless nights, worried. He's worried sick. So it doesn't look good. It really does not look good for Trump at all. It does not look good. I just have to say. Okay, so will this end his presidency? I think so. I think this is a yes. And that's just my feeling that this is going to end it. It's not going to go well for him, and he knows it. He knows it very, very well. And he may, like I said, he might throw in the towel. I know a lot of people had said in the past, throughout this year, and so other readers, they said they saw him walking away. So maybe he walks away because he knows he's going to lose, and he ends up just walking away instead of saying, he's a sore loser. Can you imagine if he loses? What's going to happen? What's going to happen if he massively lost? I mean, it wouldn't be good. It would not be good. But we're going to find out what happens. We will find out soon. And I can't wait till that day. I know you guys can't either. So that's my reading for Trump for now. He is not in a happy place, obviously. He's got a lot of conflict going on. He's fighting with everybody. He is on an emotional roller coaster. It's just like the weather. I know a lot of y'all are experiencing snow and all that still. How weird. I think it's weird because I live in South Texas. But just like, we're on a roller coaster with the weather, with this coronavirus, he's on a roller coaster too. He's on an emotional roller coaster, and his worries really are about when he leaves office. He knows they're going to get him, and they are. All his taxes will get released. Everything will get released. We're going to know all kinds of things about Trump that we should have known long ago. And I hope now that, we will choose our presidents more carefully, Maybe they should have a litmus test before we choose them, right? Maybe we should say you have to show your bank account. You have to, all these things. All right, guys. So that's it for me today. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything's going good. Y'all are getting your houses all spruced up, getting your gardens ready to plant. Some people are shoveling snow. Sorry for you guys that are in the cold. I'm going to have a cold day tomorrow. It's probably going to get in, maybe the 30s tonight and in the 60s tomorrow. But it's better than being super hot, right? Yeah. All right, guys, love you so much. Y'all take care. If you'd like to get a reading with me, please look down below, email me, and we'll set up a reading. And y'all know that my readings are private YouTube videos. So you can ask me questions up front, and you can either do the 3 questions, or you can do a Celtic cross, or you can get a love reading, whatever you like. Just let me know, okay? All right, love you guys. We'll talk to you again soon. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. If you're going to the grocery store, you can ask your neighbor if they need something. Pick it up for them, okay? We have a neighborhood Facebook where we can talk on our neighborhood. So I say, I'm going to the post office. Anybody need anything? That way 10 people don't have to go to the post office, can help. My daughter does the shopping for a lady that she used to live next to. She's very fearful and she doesn't want to go to the store. So every time my daughter goes to the grocery store, she calls her and says, I'm going to the grocery store. What do you need? She makes a list and then she gives it to her. So y'all can do that too. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Bye for now. Take care.